Hi, I'm Saeed Aslam. I'm with Alyshaan Fine Rugs. And today I want to talk about different styles of rugs. There seems to be a lot of confusion out there in consumers' minds on what are the different styles. Used to be much easier, rugs were either traditional or tribal. But these days there's so many new styles that have come up, and so many of them are very cross-platform. They don't exactly fit in one description or the other. So let's see if we can clarify some of those confusions today. I'll start with the more typical traditional and tribal rugs that have been around for a while. Basically, the traditional rugs normally is a term used for rugs that are floral, rugs that have been around for centuries, in detailed, intricate floral designs, and in very traditional colors like navy and black and red and burgundy and creams, whites, yellows, traditional colors like that. Tribal are kind of traditional rugs also, but tribal are more nomadic rugs that have been made in a more tribal area. And now these days they may even be made in a city, but the design that originated in the tribal areas have continued. And those are usually more geometric. And they are normally more loosely woven, which is not a bad thing, just that the geometric designs don't require for them to be very densely knotted. And some tribal rugs you'll find that have very high knot count, but as a general rule, they'll be less densely knotted as the traditional ones. Anyway, so like this rug to my left is an example of a very fine tribal rug. We call it a Sherwan, and it has a very geometric type of designs and handspun wool with natural dyes. The rug to my right actually is a transitional amongst the traditional rugs. And what that means is that the background, that the original design was very traditional, detailed, floral, but they've made it more transitional by using an erase technique to kind of make it more contemporary. So that is one of those cross-platform designs that I was talking about. But if it didn't have that erase technique, this rug here would have been a more traditional design. And I'll show you some more examples of traditional designs also. So now, this is an example of a very traditional rug. Not only is it a very intricate floral type of a design, but it also has very traditional colors that you'll find in rugs that have been around for centuries. And this is a very tribal rug, more geometric in its design, just like the other example that I gave you. Now the rugs behind me on the back wall are more modern. And they're not hardcore modern, like computer generated modern. They're a little more transitional modern, but they're still modern designs, and they also definitely can be called contemporary because those designs came around in our time today. And then the runner that you see, the blue one on the pillar, is it's like an epitome of a transitional rug because they've taken very traditional motifs that you'll find in a Bukhara or a tribal Turkoman, and they've rearranged them in a very contemporary manner. And also in contemporary colors, in the sense that instead of it having 8 or 10 or 15 colors in a traditional or tribal rug, it is just basically one primary color with hints of another color, which is more of a contemporary thing to do. Now, in my personal opinion, if you, in your decor, could go towards more transitional rugs rather than hardcore of a certain style, it'll be much more versatile. This is not to say that a absolutely traditional rug and a traditional design cannot look absolutely breathtaking, and I've done tons of homes like that. Or an absolutely modern rug cannot be just absolutely beautiful. But if you use transitional designs, let's say you like traditional, but within traditional go softer traditional, more transitional within traditional, or more transitional within modern. That'll leave your hands open on decor, on what you're doing next to them, what type of a couch you can use, what type of fabrics you can use, pillows, vases, the art on the wall, and things like that. So that would be really very important in my opinion. Now on that note, I want to say something about Alyshaan Fine Rugs. Even if you're not in the market for rugs, or hopefully you are, just come in and give us a few minutes And there is no better education that you can have by looking at pictures and surfing online. Just give our knowledgeable staff a few minutes and we will point out different rugs to you. We'll show you which ones are the modern and traditional and tribal, and just doing that for 5-10 minutes will give you a greater knowledge of what the different rugs are than any amount of research can. And also we are just a fun store and fun people to come and visit and deal with, so I promise you that you'll have a wonderful time doing that. And if you can't come here, give us a call, send us an email, send us your questions, and we'll be very happy to answer them. Thank you for listening.